Good morning, welcome to Vision. It's so great to have a day after the rain. It's one of my favorites. So stand up and join with me in singing There Is Joy. There is joy in my heart.
How are you this morning? I flew in to San Diego last night in the rain. Well, there was rain. What's going on? I went, oh my gosh, I brought it with me from Florida, I guess. I don't know. It was such a surprise. And I saw Petco Park was all lit up as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you want to applaud that? Holy moly, they're doing good. Anyway, yeah, all kinds of things. It was just brilliant. It was a beautiful flight. In fact, my luggage enjoyed it so much, it decided to keep going. I don't know where it is, but it's around somewhere. The funny thing, you want to know the funny part? You know, we always say God's having way too much fun at our expense. Yeah, my talk was in that luggage. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Anyway, breathe. Let's pray in. Spirit is just so joyful and surprising and wondrous. And we are so fortunate to be alive. We know and accept that there is one life. It is God's. It is whole and perfect and complete no matter how it shows up. We know it is joyful and it is love and it is wisdom. I know and accept right here, right now, each and every one of us are here by that divine appointment to celebrate Spirit as us, to celebrate Spirit as each other, and all life everywhere. I know that there is one life, one universal intelligence, one God, one energy that we all share in, we all partake of, and it is all God, and it is all good, and so it is. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. I'm just like so, I was so amazed by that. I had all my little paper notes, you know, and John always makes fun because I do everything on paper, and I keep telling him, I don't do it in my iPad, or I don't do it in my little Surface Pro because, well, what happens if the battery goes, right? What happens if I get the blue screen of death? What happens if, you know, the electronics can go out and I have nothing? So I write everything down, prepare for my talk on real legal pad and stuff like that, because words can't disappear off paper, right? No, but they can fly around the country on you. And I don't know where they are now, but it'll be an interesting talk anyway. And you know, we have practitioners around the room just for this occasion. Guys, pray, okay? Just pray. We have practitioners that are here to support us in love and in truth and pray with us and for us all the time. So grab a hold of a practitioner after the celebration today and get prayer support for anything that's going on in your life. And if everything is going great, if you have your luggage, everything is wonderful, what we pray is more please, don't we? My life is great. My life is a song. I love it. And I'd like more please. I'd like to continue along in that way, in peace and joy and love. And so that's the prayer on our heart. So you tell that to your practitioner, and we pray that. There's a prayer request form you can use, put your phone number, we'll pray with you on the phone. We'll leave a prayer on your voicemail so that you can listen to it over and over. I do that at home myself, and I just love, I have it on my cell phone. I just listen to them every now and then when I want a boost, right? Just a boost of truth. So do that. Get that support for yourself. And I know after our Vision Community Online, we have our meet and greet room, and there are practitioners available to you there. Go to a breakout room, get one-on-one prayer online. However you would like to be served in prayer, we're here to do that. I have a welcome packet. I know you've seen these at the door, haven't you? On the welcome table on the front or in the back. These is a guest packet for our friends, for anybody that you know, for you even, you know, so you can read it, find out what Vision's all about. It tells you all about who we are, what our spiritual community is all about, the fact that we are affiliated with Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. And there's a greeting on the front. We say it for ourselves, and we say it to remind each other, and let's say it now. You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here, you are safe, and you are loved. And I would love for you now, while we have a few minutes, just to turn to somebody alongside and say, welcome to Vision. Tell them your name. Tell them where you're from. Do something neat like that. Wave? Yeah, wave. We are such a chatty group, aren't we? I love it. Thank you for doing that. You know, we got to get to know each other better. I'm going to turn it over to our beautiful celebration singers. Good morning, singers. You're looking lovely this morning. They're going to sing our centering song to prepare us for meditation. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ann DiNapoli, and I'm a licensed spiritual counselor here at Vision. Please take these quotations that I'm about to read into your heart as we move into our 5-minute meditation. TK will ring the bowl and bring you in and out of that meditation. The first quote is from Barbara Bush. I loved her. Giving frees us from the familiar territory of our own needs by opening our mind to the unexplained worlds occupied by the needs of others. The second quote is by our founder, Ernest Holmes. The responsibility of setting the law in motion is ours, but the responsibility of making it work is inherent in its own nature. in this moment of silence, I am profoundly aware that I am one with that divine, that one source that created all. And I know for myself that there is nowhere God is not. I know for all of us that God is within us, that God is resonating and energizing everything everywhere in this universe and universes unseen, that power and presence is here, has always been here, will always be here. And I absolutely know that for each and every one of us, all it ever wanted for us is health and love and compassion, and all of our needs are met. I know that this is a divine appointment we've kept to remind ourselves of our oneness, and that we are looking for all of the evidence out in our 3D world for the oneness that is always there, that we know that there is enough water, enough food, there's enough money, there's enough of everything for everyone, and that we are creating a world that works for everyone. I know that everyone who supports this center financially and with their time and talent, we so appreciate all that is given to us. And we have amazing musicians, technical assistants, volunteers. We always have the perfect food, the perfect everything. And I am so grateful for this center, for the teaching of Ernest Holmes that allows us to set aside our concerns and worries and to allow ourselves to receive all of our good. And we are doing that today, and more please, as Reverend Patti said, we'll have more of that, please. And so I release this knowing that it's already done, and knowing with great gratitude, just thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
And so it is. We have a special guest today singing this gorgeous song. We haven't heard it for quite a while. Please welcome Rachel Drexler.
All right. And in keeping with what you just said, this is called Grateful. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful. Thank you. Mark, that was great.
Well, here we go. This month is Living Everyday Wonder Finances. And I know we talked about Abundance is Mine on the first week, and last week Peter Bolin was the guest, and he talked about who's our neighbor, right, and how we are all looking out for one another. And so today the talk is good, wise stewards. Good stewards, wise stewards. You know, and a steward, if you look it up, right, and you define it, a steward is a person who looks after the passengers on a ship or an aircraft or a train and brings them meals or whatever it is that their needs are. A steward is a person responsible for goods such as food at a college or a club or some kind of institution. A good steward supervises arrangements to keep order at a public gathering. They manage or they look after someone else's property. That's important to remember because we are wise stewards and we are looking after someone else's property. You know, we think of being wise stewards as managing our own money. It's our money. We're managing our own money. And we forget that everything is spirits, right? Everything is spirits. Even what we have is spirits. In Colossians, it says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for God, not for men, since you know you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Christ you are serving. So everything that we do is for God. Everything that we do on earth is for God. I like that. We all work for God. It's not just me. It's all of you. You're all working for God, right? We all work for Spirit. We are all good and wise stewards of the good that we have been given temporarily, right? Because you can't take it with you. It's not going with you when you go. It's all here. It all stays here. We have temporary use of it, and we are to make good use of it in order to be wise stewards. But in order to do that, everything we do has to be a devotion. Really, everything that we do, whether you're sweeping the street or you're running a company or you're cleaning a toilet or you're managing a bank, whatever it is that you're doing, you are doing it as a devotion. You're doing it to take care of this thing that is not ours. We're working for the divine, all of us. That's what we do. And wise stewards know we work for the divine, don't we? We know it. We know it. Wise stewards live a very controlled life. You do, don't you? We balance. Life is balance. Balance is the quality of God. So wise stewards live a balanced life, a life of passion and purpose, a life of activity and rest, of being and doing. We balance our lives as wise stewards. Wise stewards take care of all of God's assets, not just the ones we think we own personally, but all of God's assets. Wise stewards look after the interests of the planet and everything on the planet, don't we? I know it sounds like a big deal. You're responsible for the planet, right? It sounds like a big deal, but what we really do is we just take care of our part of it, right? Don't we? We take care of our little corner of the planet. I know, like even when I walk my dog, right? You take your little baggie with you. You clean up after your dog. I take another bag with me. I usually, and one of those little grabby things, and I pick up trash along the way. Because I'm just cleaning up my little part of it, you know, my little neighborhood. So I'll walk the dog, I'll clean up the dog's droppings, right? But I'll also clean up human stuff, you know, who left something fly off them and there's a piece of paper on the ground or a cup or something. So I'll bring my little grabby thing in an extra bag and just clean up my little corner of the neighborhood. That's what wise and good stewards do. It's just not about money. It's about everything. It's about taking care of everything. We practice good stewardship in our own little circle, right? We take care of the people that come in and out of our own circle, the ones we know personally, and we extend ourselves to them. We do favors for them. We take care of them. We lift them up. We use our gifts and talents to better ourselves, right? That's one of the things. We're all talented with certain things, so we use it to lift ourselves, but we also use it to lift others. And so that, again, in our little part of the world, we can be a force for good. So when we lift others, we're lifted too, though, right? Now, don't you, when you go out and volunteer someplace, don't you feel better? You know, you go out and you do something good for some other cause or some other person. It's like, I always come back feeling so much better. Better about my life, better about the world, better about everything. We're going to talk at the end. I know when John talks about his last word, I know we're going to talk about the walk out of the darkness. I see Scott over there. And we raised a lot of money this year for Walk Out of the Darkness, so thank you. This is the 5K for suicide prevention. And we're inviting everybody, come walk with us. You know, we want everybody to come walk with us. It's a great thing. But you feel so lifted when you walk that 5K, don't you? Right? We feel good because we're doing something good, and we lift ourselves up by lifting others. That's just what we do. So how do you become a wise steward? How do we become wise stewards? Well, we talked about the first thing. The first thing is remember, we own nothing. The earth is not ours. Even our personal stuff is not ours. We don't get to take anything with us when we go, right? Psalm said, the earth is the Lord's and all it holds. So we're here to use the stuff. We're here to make good use of it, but it's not ours. None of it is ours, right? And this idea that we have dominion over, right? Because that comes from Genesis, and we took that way out of context. You know, that whole, we have dominion over everything. Everything on the earth is for us to do with what we please. Not exactly what they had in mind. You know, having dominion over stuff, we took that part of the Bible and we ran with it, and I think we kind of messed with it a little bit, you know? The earth and everything on the earth is not ours to do whatever we please. That's not what dominion means, right? And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and the birds of the heavens and over the livestock and over the earth and over the creeping things that creep on the earth. Does not mean we get to do whatever we want with it. What it means is to assume responsibility for it. Having dominion over those things of the earth, is to assume responsibility for it. It has been entrusted to us to take good care of, to make good use of, to take care. And if you think about it, if you go back to our core concept of core concept 1, right? God is all there is. If we come back to that and we know that is truth, that means everything in the manifest universe is the body of God. Everything in the even the creepy stuff, even the creepy crawly bugs, everything in the manifest universe is the body of God. So how on earth would you manifest, how would you exercise dominion over God? Right? How would you exercise dominion over God? By walking kindly on the earth, by being gentle with it, by treating animals properly, by being gentle with plants and with trees, by being a wise steward. That's what being a wise steward means, being conscious of the earth and everything in it. I remember when there was pictures of Thich Nhat Hanh. Does anybody remember when they were building that? Was that up in Escondido? When they were building that retreat center, and there was all the monks were out there, and before they were laying the concrete, there was like a whole line of monks, and they were brushing gently the little critters, the little bugs, the little earthworms off of the ground where the cement was going to be laid, so that they didn't kill them. You know, it's like that kind of stuff. Being gentle, being aware, doesn't mean we get to do whatever we want with it. Ernest Holmes, in this thing called Life, I don't remember when this was. It was a Sunday talk, 1950. He said, this dominion means that this thing called life is already implanted within us. And it is implanted the possibility of all good. It means there is a place in our mind that merges with the mind of God and can draw direct power and inspiration from it. This is the real meaning of meditation and prayer. For meditation and prayer draw upon a power greater than we are, bringing this power down into our thoughts and actions and flowing through us this newness of life. And that's our practice, right? Meditation and prayer, it's our practice in order to change the conditions around us, in order to see that effect, you know? And so first we have to become good stewards by remembering none of it's ours, but we are an integral part of it. And we get to use it, and we get to do use this power in prayer for good. So what other habits, along with knowing none of it's ours, right? We're just being wise stewards, we're just being good caretakers of it. What else we do? We practice gratitude. Right? We practice gratitude. Look around at all the wonderful gifts that we have been given temporarily, right? To enjoy and to play with. The grass, the trees, the rivers running, the oceans waving, waving. All of the furry animals that we have around, some of them we take on as pets. You know, everything here is just a marvel. Everything on earth is just delightful, isn't it? It's just delightful. There is so much to be joyous about. Good food and good friends and laughter and relationships and all good things are here in the manifest universe for us to enjoy, to be grateful for all of the good that is around us. And another habit is trust. Trust that God provides. Well, isn't that handy? Trust that God provides. Trust that things work out. I remember our dear practitioner who passed, Jana Zunich. She always used to say, everything works out in the end. And if it doesn't look like it's working out, it's not the end. So just keep hanging in there because everything works out in the end. You know, that idea that we are surrounded and supported by this presence that is greater and wiser than we are. And sometimes we don't know it, you know? We don't know the bigger picture. We see God through a little pinhole camera, most of the time, don't we? We only see little bits and pieces of it, and we have to know, who was it? Someone, might have been the Dalai Lama, I don't remember, said, sometimes your good luck is sometimes your bad luck is your good luck, right? We just don't know it. We don't know it at the time. We think, oh, we failed, or we think we missed out on something, or we didn't get that. I know, I just came back from Florida. I was visiting with my sister, and they bought a new house about 5 or 7 years ago, I think it was. And she didn't get the one she wanted. She wanted the one that was further back in the area by the lake, and it was gorgeous and all that stuff. And the house she didn't get is currently underwater, because of the remnants of Hurricane Ian. And the house that she did get was on higher ground, and it was more in in a different area of the development. And it's like, see, sometimes the bad luck is the good luck. You don't know. You don't know, but Spirit does. Always, always. And so we have to trust. We have to trust God, even if we get disappointed, even if we think we didn't get what we wanted, we got what we need. And to trust simply and childlike can have no room for fear or doubt, right? When you trust, when you are in trust, and God, Spirit, has your back, there's no room for doubt. There's no room for fear. That's the divided mind, right? That's what they say about, the house divided, among itself cannot stand. We cannot fear and trust at the same time. We cannot doubt and trust at the same time. So we must just trust. Just put it all in there. Don't even doubt. Don't even worry. Don't even fear. Just understand that there is a bigger, giant picture at work. And Spirit's got our back and all as well, even if it doesn't look that way. Another habit is contentment. Contentment. Being content. Right? Having what we want is one thing. We do a lot of praying for that, don't we? I'm praying for this, I'm praying for that, I'm praying for the job, I'm praying for the boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I'm praying for things. And getting what we want is one thing, but wanting what we have is contentment, right? Wanting the things that are around us in our world is contentment. I'm content with my life, with the way it is, with the beautiful song, Rachel, that you sang this morning about the roof over your head and the warm bed to sleep in. That's contentment. That's just joyous. And I always add to that indoor plumbing, because that's my favorite thing. Oh my God, where would we be if we didn't have indoor plumbing? That is, that's a definite gift. Absolutely. Right, but being satisfied, being content. And here's the thing about being content with what you have. It leaves us open for more, doesn't it? That idea of being grateful and loving everything that we have creates an atmosphere for abundance to flow into our experience, because we're not grasping at things, right? We're just really happy with what we have. And then we're in the flow. We're always in the flow, because the joy is not found in the stuff anyway, it's found within. The joy is found within. We bring it to our life. We bring it to our livelihood. We bring it to our relationships. It comes from within us. And that leads us to another thing that wise stewards do, is that they give of themselves. Right? This is about time, treasure, talent. Time, talent, you hear all about that here, right? Time, treasure, talent. We have time. And we have time to do things. We have the time that we make, right? When we say we don't have time for this, oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to meditate. How many? Come on. How many of you say, I don't have time to meditate? What you're actually saying is, this is not a priority in my life. That's all. Because if it were a priority, you'd make the time for whatever it is, right? You would make the time. So that whole, oh, I don't have time for, it's just a story you're making up in your head, right? You're just saying, no, it's not that important to me to do. Not that important to me to set aside the time, to make the time to do this thing. But you make time to do other things. So you have to look at where your priorities lie. We each have gifts. Right? This is time, talent, and treasure. So talent, we each have gifts. And those gifts, they're unique to us. You have a talent for something that nobody else can do the way you can do it. Share it liberally. right? Share it liberally. Share those gifts with people. Just, just put it all out there, whether it's painting or making music or making art or sports or whatever. Whatever the gifts are that you have, share them. Let people, indulge people with them. And then we each have treasure, whether it is in the form of money or whether it's in the form of other tangible items. Make use of them. Pass them around, right? Whether it's money, whether it's stuff, whether it's things, you pass around like, oh, I love this thing. Let me hand it over to somebody who's going to love it as much as I do, right? And that's how we circulate our good all the time. And that's another way that we are good stewards, right? How much stuff you got in your garage? Anybody have a garage? Okay, so there's stuff there that you had valued at one time. Maybe you haven't seen it for 6 years. It's time to pass it along to somebody else who's going to value it like you did. It's time to pass it along. Somebody's going to love this lamp as much as I did. I don't use it anymore. Here, have a lamp, right? We pass along our good to others. Ernest Holmes said this, too, about spiritual dominion. I love this. This is a part that's not about the real physical idea of being a wise steward, but this is the spiritual idea because it goes deeper. He says, complete spiritual dominion, however, implies something more difficult to explain because it is an interpersonal experience. It is a state of awareness that you can achieve as you completely accept in yourself Spirit's nature. And you know that you too are a part of it, and therefore at one with Spirit. This is the at one, right? Then you can say, as Jesus did, I and the Father are one. And that takes practice. That goes back to your spiritual practice, doesn't it? It's like, sometimes when you don't have any resistance at all, things just manifest. Right? You've had those experiences. I call them the water to wine moments, right? Where you just think something and it happens. And that's because we have no resistance. And when Jesus spoke about being one with the Father, one with this power and presence that is greater than he is, he had complete trust in it and complete faith, and he manifested like that. Just water to wine, well, real water to wine moments, actually, right? And so we have our spiritual practice in order to get us there, because we have doubt falls in and fear falls in, and it blocks our instantaneous demonstrations. But some of us have those instant demonstrations because we have no resistance to things. Some of us have instant demonstrations with our talents, with our things, in different areas. Some things come very, very easy to some people, right? And then others we have to try and fail and try and fail and try and fail. I remember when my son was in, I guess, junior high school. He's not back there. He's off for the day, but he's usually back there in the sound booth. When he was in junior high grades, I guess they were doing algebra and all that kind of stuff. And I got called in by the teacher because he wasn't showing his work. He was just writing the answers down. And she said, he has to show his work. This is algebra. Now you got to show your work. And I said, well, he does it in his head. I'm like, I'm sorry, what can I tell you? This is his talent. His talent was math. And so she looked at him and she said, oh yeah? What's 5 to the 5th power? And he looked at her and he said, 3,125. And she went, all right, never mind. Because it was a talent he had. He's just mathematical, gifted. But we all have gifts like that. We all have things that come to us like that, just flow through us, right? Sometimes you don't even know what your gift is, and it just comes out your mouth, right? Or your hands, or whatever it is you're doing. You're just gifted at it. That's the kind of stuff that just comes easy to us. That's the individualized expressions of spirit that we are. But then maybe the person next to you is not that way, but they're gifted in something else. And that's what this is about. It's about, if we're not gifted in the instant manifestation of the way we want to live or the world we want to create, we have to, what? go do trial and error. We have to write out the 5 to the 5th power, and we have to do the math, and we have to figure it out, right? Same thing with our prayers and with our meditations. If we're not instant manifestors of our good, let's go back and work it. And that's what our prayer, and that's what our meditation, and that's what our affirmations are for, right? So maybe we're not gifted as instant manifestors like Jesus was, but we can get there. We absolutely get there with our spiritual practice. Being a wise steward is way more than handling our money. Being a wise steward is way more than just being able to handle our money. That's how we think about it usually when we talk about being a wise steward. It's about being, taking care of our checkbook, not overdrawing, things like that. But it's more about how we handle life, isn't it? Because all life is God. All life is God. Everything is spirit along with us. Be a good and wise steward of life. I want to end with this. Ernest Holmes said, "Today, I exercise my spiritual dominion through the recognition that good alone is real, that God is the only presence and love is the only power. Today, I rise above any sense of separation into the consciousness of my union with good. I understand the power of God flows through me and everything I contact." We all use this creative power of the universal mind every time we use our own mind. Let us be good and wise and conscious stewards. Thank you.
What if you knew that you were beautiful? What if your smile was wild and free? What if you knew that you could take your time and everything would work out fine? What a wonderful, wonderful world this would be. What if every step of the journey was just as sweet as the final prize? What if you lost the map but you found the key? What if your life was so much fun you didn't need to try to get it all done? What a wonderful, wonderful world this could be. So give it a season without a doubt. Give it a reason to all work out. Give it a chance, give some time, give it your best. Give it a rest. What if the great big picture suddenly dawned on everybody bright and clear? What if we gave ourselves a break and let our differences be? If we could just sit still for a minute, enjoy the human race and not have to win it. What a wonderful, wonderful world this could be. What a wonderful, wonderful world. A wonderful, wonderful world. Wonderful world this could be. What a magnificent point of view, here in the middle of I love you. So delicious and simple and brief, what a relief. What if every step of the journey was just as sweet as the final prize? And what if you lost the map, but you found the key? What if your life was so much fun? You didn't need to try to get it all done. What a wonderful, wonderful world this could be. What a wonderful, wonderful world. What a wonderful, wonderful world. What a wonderful, 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 wonderful world this could be. Wonderful. Thank you. Mark, yes.
Yay. And our celebration singers are coming up. Thank you. This is our time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to be in that river of abundance, to absolutely know you're borrowing and giving, and you're in that flow that we don't own, but we participate in. So if you are choosing to give today to Vision, as this is your spiritual home, we're so grateful. And we are grateful for the support, and it keeps us doing what we're doing here, and that's important as well for our friends and our friends' friends. And you know, like dropping a pebble in a pond, right? Doesn't it goes out from here doing good all over. So if you are giving today, we're so grateful. Core Council and I thank you so much. We are absolutely wise stewards of the good that we are given here at Vision, and make sure it just goes as far and as wide as it can. So if you are choosing to give today, let's put our gift in our mind if you give online, or in your hand if it's right here with you, and let us go within in prayer and know that there is one source, regardless of where your income comes in. We know that it is from God, that all good flows into manifestation from God. All of our good is from the divine, and it as the divine, and is the divine. Money itself is, again, it is another spiritual idea. And it is a spiritual idea of good. And we allow it, we accept it, and we pass it on to those people, places, and things that support us, support our spiritual growth and unfoldment. And so I give thanks for all of this good. I know that abundance is a quality of God. It is a quality of us because we are part of this one life of God's. So giving great thanks for the good that circulates in and through and around and as us, we are so grateful, and so it is.
So it is.
Yay, thank you. We have time for the Miracle Minute, and I've been away, so I really haven't gotten any of those emails, but Nan wanted to share that she did get approval from her insurance company to get that CT she needs for her back. So approval, yay. So she's going to get that. That is total answered prayer, and I love that. Hang on a second. Look at this. Wait, there's more. La, 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 la. Oh, cool. I just got called by my luggage. Yay! Okay, so that's a Miracle Minute at the miracle time. I just got an email from my luggage. It decided to come back to town. It misses me, so I'm going to go pick it up. Thank you for sending in your demonstrations of answered prayer. I love it. We share it with the group. It lifts us all, right? Doesn't it? Good news and answered prayer and miracle minutes just lift us all. So keep emailing, sending them in to me so that we can share them. And, and just it lifts the consciousness of the whole group. And now it is time, I think it is, yes it is, it's time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Guess where I was last night? Can I hear a let's go Padres? Let's go Padres. Nice. It was raining last night. Reverend Patti mentioned that. Woo! And cold and wonderful. And we won, and we get to play some more, so it's really exciting. I love being a Padre fan, and thank you to Billy Francis for being there with me. Love her very much. Hello, everybody online. We have our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us for that. We have practitioners available for one-on-one prayer. Love to have you there. So this week's very busy at Vision. We have a class starting up tomorrow with Reverend Patti. Reverend Patti, you want to talk a little bit about your class?
I will. I will talk about it briefly. It's a 5-week class. It is a new version of the Foundations class. They sort of condensed it. They want to make it user-friendly. So we're going to go over the core concepts. We're going to go over, prayer and meditation and just all of the kinds of things that you learn in Foundations class. We're going to do it in 5 weeks. It's going to focus on health, relationships, income, career, that kind of thing. And we're going to do it all in 5 weeks. And you get credit for that as foundational level class. So if you're interested, if you're thinking about learning more about this thing called life and these teachings of Ernest Holmes, 5 weeks. It's 5 weeks. Can you do 5? Right? You can do 5 weeks. See you tomorrow night, 6:30, here in the classroom.
Thank you, Reverend Patti. Yes, and that is a love offering class, so it doesn't cost anything. Come on and be a part of that. It's really good stuff. So Wednesday night, we're doing movie night, and it's Top Gun Maverick here. So more San Diego stuff. Love to have that. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of references to the goose in the game, because there was a goose in the game in LA this week. So Goose was in the original Top Gun. So a lot of, synchronicity here. But movie starts at 7 p.m. right here in this space. Be here with us. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. So Reverend Patti mentioned the Out of the Darkness walk that's happening on Saturday. So Saturday morning, is Scott talking about it? The 22nd, this Saturday. Isn't it this Saturday? Yeah, this Saturday is the 22nd. You can tell the two of us haven't talked for a little while. Is it this Saturday, the 22nd? Is it this Saturday? So it's this Saturday. And so you can be a part of that by either contributing, by going to the website and look at our calendar on October 22nd, and you can contribute to the walk. We've got a few walkers, Larry Paris, Patti Paris, Scott Lair is going to be there. So if you want to contribute to the Out of the Darkness, do that. Thank you, Scott, for bringing this together for us. We appreciate that, and we love doing the support. Yes. Saturday night, we have a very special concert by Dorothy Darling, our very own. Dorothy, come on up. She has got a CD release concert coming up. Come on, Dorothy. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be fan-freaking-tastic.
All right. So, what amazing serendipity. My vocal coach, Janet Hammer, is here in the house. Can you stand up? There she is. That's my vocal coach. And thank you so much for everything. I have to say that at this point, things happen, and I'm doing, some kind of performance somewhere, and I'm standing there, and I'm thinking to myself, what would Janet do right now? Because she's just taught me so many great tricks, and just helped me so much with my performance and my singing, and I'm just very grateful for you and all you've done for me. So, Anyway, so Saturday night we're having a party because around June of 2021, I got an idea that I wanted to put a CD together, and since then, like literally every day since June of 2021, we have been working on putting this CD together, and it's done. Well, it's not done. So if anybody feels like praying this week that the CDs will actually be available next Saturday night, please, any prayers would be appreciated. It's just like we're so close. I can taste it. But anyway, so it's going to be a party, and so please come. It's free. There's going to be food. The band is like the best musicians in San Diego today. And so it's just such a treat, and it's all free, and you can really just be inspired and have a really good time. And then if you haven't had a good time, please come see me. I'm going to have prizes available for people that just can't seem to have a good time no matter what. And hopefully you'll go home that night and go, wow, that was really fun. I'm really glad I did that. And I think I want to do things like that more often. So please join us next Saturday night. Doors open at 6 and the show starts at 7.
Thank you, Dorothy. Good time, for sure. We have a lot of fantastic stuff here at Vision this week. Also want to mention, in November, we are having a psychic fair here, right in this room. And it's going to be headed up by Ann DiNapoli, and Maria is going to be heading that up. So we've got a fantastic setup for that. I just wanted to give you a heads up, and you can start telling everybody about it. It's November 12th from 10 a.m. till about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 4 p.m. So we'll have stuff on the website, and also you'll start seeing it in the bulletin soon, but just wanted to give you a heads up. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Yay. And her talk title is Blessing Your Money. Yes, Blessing Your Money. And the Higher Vision Choir is going to be singing for us. So yes, good stuff. So now we're doing our new member initiation. Now we were supposed to be doing it next week, but it didn't work out. So we will be doing it on the 30th. Now 30th is the day before Halloween. So we will be dressing up here that day. So anybody wants to dress up can, but those of us who are going to be up on the platform here, we'll be wearing our lovely little outfits while we welcome our new people. So if you want to wear your costume and stuff, you can. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is Vision. Welcome to Vision. This is what we do at Vision. You know, this is who we are. We are. You see us. That's who we are on the streets out here, and this is what we do. Love that part about us. So we want you guys to know that. So we're going to do it on the last week of the month. Mary, join us for that. I want to say happy birthday right today to Reverend Lori Sheets and to Janet Poser. Their birthdays are today. Happy birthday to you guys. Go Padres.
Happy birthday. Go Padres. We're going to stand up because we have affirmations to know, to learn, to affirm. I hope they're the right ones. Yay! Look at that. I love it. Okay, we're going to say them together, all three of them. You ready? You with me? I am a good steward of all my resources. Abundant opportunities are available to me. I release the world's standard of success and embrace God's plan for success. 3, 2, 3, what? Last one. We're all saying number 3. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. Feeling. I release the world's standard of success and embrace God's plan for success. Just feel that energy flowing through us as we go within to prayer right here, right now, knowing that God is all there is. There is one life, one energy, one universal intelligence, and it is God's, and it flows through everything in the manifest universe. Everything has this universal intelligence within it, including us. And so we know that when we get quiet and we hear that still small voice, it never steers us wrong. It is Spirit speaking itself into being as us, through us, around us, supporting our every step on this spiritual journey, on this thing called life. I give great thanks, and so it is.